Hello, and thank you for stopping by. I'm AG7SU. My name's Tyler. I'm in Washington State. I've kind of recently decided that I want to start streaming some of my radio time. I operate mostly CW and digital, but I'll probably do some phone as well and some just shortwave listening, depending on my mood and depending on anybody in the chat wanting anything else. I'm pretty new to this, so bear with me. I've been a ham for 5 years now. I hold a amateur extra class license. Again, AG7SU is my call sign. I recorded an entire stream yesterday for about an hour, and then afterward I realized that I had my RF power set to 0. So I was not putting any power out at all. So I didn't make any contacts. I'm hoping to change that today. And yeah, I'm calling this my QRO stream because I'll actually be putting out 100 watts. So I've not looked at the bands at all today, so I don't know what is going on. I'm hoping maybe we can revisit a couple of things that I did yesterday, and hopefully pick up some contacts. There's somebody operating out of Greenland, and if they're operating again today, we'll try to pick them up. They were operating split, which is always fun. I typically like to do some DXing, and I also really like the Straight Key Century Club, so we'll probably do a couple of those today. Yeah, without further ado, so I will, I'll just kind of go over my setup a little bit. Here. I'm running, so my operating system is Linux. My radio is an ICOM 7300. I run it barefoot, 100 watts. And for logging, I'm using not 1mm. I recently discovered this program, and it seems to be working pretty well for me. So not 1mm. Down on the bottom left, you'll see WF viewer down here. This is just so I could get a little better view of the waterfall, and then also what frequency I'm on. Realized my face is off the screen. Try that. Okay. So in the middle of the screen, I have the band scope from not 1mm, and we'll connect that. And it will show us the DX cluster output for whatever band we're on. Get that connected. Upper right is actually the reason that my RF power was turned all the way down. It's just a transmit receive indicator that I wrote pretty quick yesterday, just to make it a little bit more clear when I'm actually transmitting. So if I transmit, there we go. Alright, so I'm gonna turn on the radio audio, put on my headphones, turn off some other stuff. Tune up on 20 meters. The operator in Greenland they were down low, down at the bottom of the band. We could probably check for some spots. I think it was Oscar X-ray something, OX7 something. I'm not seeing a whole lot of activity on 20 meters right now. Yeah, there's somebody there, but they're pretty light. KT0A. Pull up his QRZ. Looks like he's probably doing soda. Let me see if we can pull him up on Soda Watch. Yep. Whiskey Zero Delta, November Whiskey 035. See where that is. Alright, we'll give him a call next time. Oh, unless he's going to fade out. He heard me. Five, 8, 9. Give him a 5-5. Alright. Much better with 100 watts instead of milliwatts. I actually did make one contact to Idaho. I think it was probably on the stream, which was kind of impressive. He gave me a 519, and I should have known that I had a problem at that point, but I did not. So here we are, trying again. A POTA station. K7SHR is what I heard. Yep. Alright, let's see. .579 in Wyoming. I hope he got my call. He got it the first time, but yeah, must have just, I don't know, left-footed it, like the Morse code equivalent of fat fingering. There's his QRZ page. K7SHR. He said he was in Wyoming. There he is. Like his dog. Alright. Next contact. I see something really faint right here. Oh, there we go. AZT, something AZT. Maybe. Somebody in Arizona. They're kind of faint. Hopefully you can hear them. K7AZT. He's coming up a bit. Maybe we'll try to give him a call. I think they have their own spotting. AZT. Oracle State Park. Let's spot him. Ah. We'll give him a call. He may or may not hear us. We'll see. The parks on the air guys usually have really low noise floors, and that's that one contact that I made in Idaho. I'll finish my thought. He heard a Y. Wasn't me. Okay, so that one contact that I made in Idaho yesterday when I was on milliwatts, he was doing soda, so he was up on a hill somewhere. That was probably why he was able to hear me. There he goes. He got it. Alright, that's another one. Scan a little bit. I see something on the waterfall down here. Well, the waterfall on WF view is not working, although the frequency control is, so I don't know what's going on there. If I disconnect the radio, I'll lose cat control for my logger and for the transmit button. So we won't do that. I'm just gonna check. And the transmit receive button isn't working anyway. So is the logger working? Is that all working? Alright, we're back in business. I don't know what was going on there. It's my first time using WFView, and I'm using it as the rig control daemon server for everything else. So for whatever reason it got caught up on something, and looks like rig control is only half working. So fixed now. Let's go back looking. Gonna try the bottom of the band again. Yeah, nothing down there. Let's try, another band. Try 10 meters. Wow. Preamp was on. Really not seeing anything there. Let's try. Okay. So this guy's operating split. I wonder if this is our... I think this is a 8 Romeo 7 X-ray. So this isn't... this guy's in Africa, if I remember right. I saw him in the contest. Did not work him. 8 Romeo 7 X-ray. In Guyana. He is weak and fast, and I don't think I'm going to be able to work him. The thing with DX, like, they're trying to work so many stations so fast, there's, they're not, you're not going to have a long conversation, so I would need to only be able to pick out my own call sign if he called me back, and then he's going to give me a 599, give him a 599 Washington, and the QSO's done. You don't need to be able to copy that well in order to make that QSO work, but he's pretty weak, and 100 watts, my antenna is kind of facing the wrong direction. It's not going to work. Next. Down a band. I'm just kind of scanning over areas where I see what might be CW signals. Something SF. So I'm going to trust the band map here and the spots, but I'm also going to verify. I did hear the P, so I think this is probably the person that I'm listening to. Code's kind of fast. There's QSB, so we'll trust and verify. So, and then we'll try to work him. That's it. We'll do the bug for this one. Let me warm up on the bug. All right. All right, got him. Oh, we could look him up on QRZ. Standby one. PJ2 B3CX. Cool. So I didn't say what my antenna was. I'm running a in-fed inverted V. It's an in-fed half wave on 80 meters in kind of an inverted V configuration. It's kind of a newish antenna. I used to run this in an inverted L configuration, and it did pretty well for me. That required 2 supports. I had it up in a pretty tall tree next to my house, planning on taking that tree down, so I didn't want an antenna that relied on that anymore. So now this is in kind of a northwest orientation. I also have a 3-element wire Yagi. It's cut for 20 meters and it's facing due north. It's a little bit of a pain to switch antennas in my current station, so I'll probably stick to this one. Typically, like this Sicily station, I think I could hear him on the inverted V. I'd probably be able to pick him up better on the wire beam. It's kind of, not super easy to swap over antennas right now. Used to be just a switch on my antenna tuner. I had to reconfigure. My station, my shack is in the middle of my living room, and I had to move things around and didn't have long enough jumpers. So we're gonna make do with what we have. I see some bigger CW signal down here. A lot of times you'll see the people calling a DX station first. If there's DX there, I can't hear them. Okay. Next band. So that's somebody in a rag chew down there. So this is a Straight Key Century Club contact. Having a hard time picking out their SKCC number, but that's what they're transmitting right now. Straight Key Century Club is really, really good for learning Morse code, in my opinion. Once you can hold on well enough to get through a contact, SKCC contacts are all really formulaic. It'll be, call signs, name, state, and then SKCC number, which you can easily look up if you have to. So you always know what to expect from a SKCC contact. So a lot of times if I'm rusty, if I've been away from the radio for a while, I'll do a bunch of SKCC contacts to get my fist back up. Raichu asking about the weather. And we're back to 20. That POTA station still running. And a band hop again. That's what I got out of that. VE3DZE. I'll tune up and see if I can hear him better. Oh, is that a 4? Somebody else heard VE3BZE. Also Ontario. Well, if I can't reliably get the call sign, I'm not going to try to work them. Not sure I got that right. They're loud. I'm not really looking to get into a rag tree right now, mostly because I'm a bit rusty and I don't know how well I'll do translating what I hear to you. I assume that's probably something that's needed, and it's something I'm going to have to work on. Something I'd like to be able to do better. So, hunting DX, listening to what we hear. Alright, I'm going to switch antennas. Okay, that wasn't so hard. Sorry for the loud tone. This antenna is much quieter. It's further away from the house. I think that's probably part of it. I think that's what I heard. Another POTA station. Yep. Alright, this is another bug one. All right, so he heard a V. It's really common with my call sign. I have to really watch for that. A lot of people hear a V instead of my last U. The character in Morse is V is da 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 da, and U is da da da, and so, you know, if I get sloppy and let an extra dit slip, sometimes it's the operator on the other side getting sloppy and letting another dit through, or if there's a lot of QSB, a lot of fade, right? A lot of times people will hear an extra dit when there wasn't one sent. So I just have to be really careful of that and conscious when I receive my own call sign back. I need to make sure that it's accurate. I'm just going to make a note that this guy was doing POTA. He didn't actually send me his park ID. So I was just going to look it up real quick. See where he's in. Newport Bay. Next. There we go. It looks like WFU, and every time it changes bands, it's messing with my zoom settings. And CW is so narrow bandwidth that I really need it for my own operation. I need it zoomed in really far, because I'll miss weak stations. There's one just down band from me that I don't think I saw before. So this is actually the ARRL headquarters. The club station there. And now they're gone. This is actually such a quiet antenna, I sometimes have to run it with the preamp. I originally built it as a receiving antenna, and it tuned up okay and made contacts, so now I make contacts with it. So that faint station in there, that's a Delta Lima, so it's Germany. So this is a, did we already work this guy? The PJ. Let's look at the log. I think we already worked this guy on another band. Yeah, we already worked him. Did we work him on this band? 21028. Yep, we worked him here. Okay. Like I said, not trying to get into a rag chew. Most domestic contacts at this time of day are going to want to rag chew. And it would, you know, I could leave it at swapping rigs, and weather, but I'm not sure that my brain can do that many things at once right now. So next time maybe. Someone in Oklahoma? Did not get that call sign right. NT something to oh, X. Same dits and does as TU. NT7X. Stanwood, Washington. Just gonna listen one more time when he calls CQ and make sure he's not calling for DX stations. Oh, POTA. And there's digital something right on top of us. Well, there you have it. The ever-expanding digital modes. Down into the 50s. All right, well, we've gone an hour. So thank you and see you next time.